Hello, I am so glad you can join me today. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. Guys, Valentine's is less than 2 weeks away. So this is the time of the year where everybody on the job, they're bringing cupcakes and cookies and chocolates and all that good stuff. And sometimes you like to contribute and take something, right? Well, I'm going to show you today how to make some sugar cookies that you are going to be able to take to work. So we're going to make these sugar cookies today, and then in my next video I'm going to show you how to ice those cookies to make them nice and pretty. Okay, so come along with me and let me show you exactly how to make these cookies. And it's very simple, it's very easy, just a few ingredients and you're gonna love it. So in this bowl right here, to get started, over here I have a bowl, and in this bowl I have 4 cups of flour that I already sieved. That's 4 cups of flour. Into that flour I'm gonna add half a teaspoon of salt, and to that I have 1/3 cup of cornstarch. This is the magic right here. This stops the cookies from spreading out in the oven. When you put your cookies in and they're flattening out, you want a nice round cookie. You don't want them too flat. So you're gonna put all these ingredients in here. You're gonna stir this up so that you can distribute. And don't make a mess like I'm doing. Distribute everything throughout, and then set that aside. Okay guys, so when you set your flour aside, now let's start with making our sugar, putting our sugar and butter together. So here I have 1 cup of sugar. This is brown sugar. Now if you want a white cookie, you're gonna use white sugar, but I kind of like the brown sugar because it give it more of a caramel taste. So you can use the brown sugar or you can use the white sugar. Today I'm using the brown sugar. Take the brown sugar, give it that caramelly taste. Okay, so now that's 1 cup of sugar. And here I have 1 cup of butter. Okay, so I'm gonna add my butter to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and beat the butter and sugar together until it's nice and fluffy. And when it's nice and fluffy, then I'm gonna add a couple other things to it. Okay, so let me start beating this. Okay guys, so this is about fluffy enough. Look at that. That's that. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence. A couple of teaspoons of vanilla. Beat that up. Then I have some eggs here. I have 2 eggs that I left out earlier at room temperature. I'm going to go ahead and crack these eggs in there, and I'm going to just do it one at a time. So I'm going to crack one of my eggs in here. I incorporate that egg before I add another one in there. Incorporate my second egg in there. Now what I'm gonna do, see how easy this is, I'm gonna take my flour and I'm going to just dump it all in there. Let me get something to help me scrape it out. Just, ooh, I don't want to make a mess. Just dumping all the flour at one time in there. After you put your flour in, you just, for this one, I have to put a towel over it to stop it from coming out until it's all settled in there good. And then that's it. So now, let me take this out. Here's our cookie dough. It's all done. See how it is, guys? It's not sticking to my hand or anything. It's good. So I will take this dough right here, and I have a Ziploc bag here. I'm gonna put this inside of the bag. I'm gonna put this all in my bag. Drop down. Guys, you can make this, you can take it to work, share them with your friends, and tell them, guess what? They ask you, what store you bought that from? Store? I made that myself. Wonderful, wonderful. And you kind of play around with it in the bag a little bit. And you can put this, we're gonna put this in the refrigerator for maybe like 5 or 10 minutes. And then before, that way when we're ready to cut our cookies out, they will cut out a little bit better, okay? Now if you had use white sugar, this would be whiter, okay? But I need a nice caramelly brown cookie, okay? And you take your rolling pin, I kind of roll it out. I just make myself a little bit of room over here. You could take your rolling pin and just roll it out. See that? Just roll it out like that. Nice and flat. And that's not too much of a mess, right? Pretty easy. So I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the refrigerator, and I'm gonna leave it in there. Maybe you can leave it for as long as you want, 15, 20, 25 minutes, however you want to leave it. But I'm just gonna leave it for maybe about 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna get our little cookie dough, and we're gonna cut them out and put them in the oven. And I'll show you what they look like. Okay guys, so now let's go on to the next step. I just took the dough out of the refrigerator. So now what I'm going to do is put a little flour on here. So we're gonna sprinkle some flour on here. And I will take this out and put it on here. Just rip the bag, make it easier to take it out. And I'll sprinkle a little flour on top of that. Take my roll here, my rolling pin, and I'll sprinkle a little flour on that. And then we're gonna spread this out. And that's it, guys. Over here I have a baking pan. My baking pan here, like that. Probably gonna roll this out a little bit more. And over here, guys, I have a couple cookie cutters here. I have a circular one and I have a heart one, because since it is about to be Valentine's, we're gonna use this heart, okay? And all we're gonna do is stick this in here and come as close there as possible together, and just cut out some hearts. And that's like 4, and then you do some little circles. Oops, it just came right out. Then make some more hearts. And this is your cookie right here, babe, guys. This is what it looks like right here. And then I am going to take this and put it on my pan like that. And the heart ones, of course, we're going to just rest those in there. You can make them as thick as you want to, or you can make them as skinny as you want to. Move this from here. And then, guys, what you do is your dough that's left over, you're going to take this dough and you're going to flatten it out, and we're going to do the same thing again. So these are the cookies right here. So we have our hearts and we have our circles. So I am going to put these in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven. They can stay in the oven for about 10 minutes. They're not going to take very long at all. Check them in 10 minutes. If you think that they need to stay a little bit longer, you can let them stay a little bit longer, maybe another 2 or 3 minutes. But it shouldn't take no more than about 10 to maybe 12 minutes in the oven at about 350. But that depends on how hot your oven gets. So you can kind of average that and stay close by to make sure you don't burn your cookies, okay? So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, guys. Cookies are all done. Here they are. Very nice. So what you do is you make these cookies and then you ice it. So I will be icing them for you. I'm not going to ice them in this video because it will be too long. So I'm going to do a separate video and ice these for you, and so you can see. So I'm going to put them down, let them come to a complete cool. Once they're cool, I'm going to go ahead and ice them, and then just look for that video because that is going to be up next. So let me go ahead and give them a try. I took them out a few minutes ago, so I think they start to cool. They're not completely cool all the way, but they start to cool. So this is what the cookie looks like. Okay, looks good. So let me break it. See, I can tell that it's like crisp on the outside and soft on the inside. Did you hear that crunch, guys? That is good. You can make them. You can make them thinner than this if you like. If you prefer, you can, you know, roll out the batter some more, make them thinner, or you can make them this size. But they're good. So make some cookies, guys, for Valentine's, but we're gonna ice these. I'm gonna show you exactly how to make your own icing with probably stuff that you already have in your cabinet. Okay, don't forget to share the video. You know, your friends may want to make some cookies, so don't forget to share. If you've already watched the video this far and you haven't given me a subscribe, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the video, and press that little bell icon. I had fun making these, and I hope you have fun making some for Valentine's to share with your friends as well. Until next time, bye-bye.